Fuck you, Eric, you dirty little bitch. I gotta get hyped up to beat up your...
Entering Glizzy Overdrive.
Trash can.
Increasing grip by 7%. We are locked in. Thank you for over 160 Glizzies. Entering Glizzy Overdrive.
Fuck Eric. Fuck you, Eric. You sound like his dad.
So good.
His brother.
So good.
Fuck you, Eric. That was so genuine.
Disappointed in you.
Yeah, dude.
Very disappointed in you, son.
Turn in your homework, Eric, you bitch. Eric. That's 5 minutes of brotherly gold. Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Turn my phone in mode.
Yeah.
No fucking porn.
Test 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Looking good. Stop it. Don't really need those claps because we're not syncing.
True.
But it's good.
Ricky's nowhere to be found.
Well, there's a little story.
Oh no. Are we getting into that?
Yeah, I'll mention it. It's just goofy. Feels weird for me to do the welcome to the... I've never... very rarely.
Damn true.
Actually, I don't think I ever have. For a recorded episode.
It's usually Ricky's snappy voice,
I'm a
dude.
fucking butcher.
Welcome to the Trash Cast. I'm Ricky the Chef.
Gonna get one pufferoonie, get into the toonie.
Into the toonie, bro. We can do it. We're dangerous as hell tonight. Should have brought my... Not gonna say that.
Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. You clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger.
Eric Kahn.
I am the danger. I am the one who knocks.
Welcome to the Trash Cast.
Welcome.
Oh, God. Ricky, we can do it. We can do it. Welcome to the Trash Cast. I'm Steven, and...
And I'm Will.
You got Steven and Will here tonight. Things are going to be a little bit dangerous.
Dangerous as hell tonight.
No Ricky. Dunzo. He quit the podcast.
He's gone.
He
He's
quit.
dead.
Said, I don't like you guys very much. I'm leaving.
I killed him. I took his spot.
So he was going to record with us. They had their work truck, their food truck broke down.
No.
Abandoned. He had the breakdown at the zoo,
Shit.
or he lost his keys at the zoo last week.
Oh, the kangaroos took it, bro. Those fuckers hopping away.
And then this week, their food truck breakdown. So we got Will subbing in,
Hello.
saving the episode.
I'm here.
But first, how was your week?
It was good. It was busy and shitty, but that's
Busy and shitty.
That's all I got, really.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Man. I feel like that's the general just adult mode. It's like things are shitty, things are busy, and
That's it.
keep on keeping
Yep.
on.
Maybe tomorrow will be a little less shitty.
Yeah, man. Every day I wake up, hope it's a little not as bad.
A little less bad.
It's the way she goes. The way of the road.
The way of the road, bro.
So we're doing a hard man. Oh, those are Japanese candies. That's not what I'm looking for.
Ooh.
I have
for later.
Yeah. So we're doing a hard man episode today, but I figured I'd kick it off. I got a little hand-written note in the mail today.
What?
Yeah, bro. From Stephanie St. Clair. Dear neighbor, I hope you and your family are doing well. I am making a special effort to reach my neighbors with some encouraging information. Now, at this point, where do you think this letter's headed?
Somewhere bad. She wants something.
Okay, fair guess. Your loved ones can live again.
Wait, this is handwritten? Let me see this.
Bro,
All right.
handwritten
Her handwriting's
from
actually pretty
Stephanie
good.
Saint, I don't know if that's Claire? Clan?
Saint Can, bro.
Saint says your loved ones can live again. Jehovah will defeat that enemy. Death causes much grief and sadness. That is why the Bible... That's a grammar mistake. That is why the Bible, look at Corinthians chapter 1, The verse says Jehovah will defeat that enemy. But what will happen to the people who already died? Our loved ones.
They're gone.
Not apparently, according to Jehovah. Jehovah will bring back billions of people to enjoy life forever. For more information, please visit our website.
Bro, yeah, she wants that fucking click. God damn it.
Please stay safe and healthy. Now, she also included a pamphlet. Can the dead really live again? Would they say yes, no, or maybe? A whole pamphlet about how Jehovah's Witnesses.
You've held on to this just to get me fired up, dude.
I actually feel like, first off, what a fucking cunt.
Oh my god, what a bitch, for real.
I feel like it's a risky move to deliver this to someone's house.
Wait, did she just put it there?
In our mailbox. This person walked onto our property,
Bro,
put it in our mailbox.
that's
She's
dangerous.
saying the dead people in your family can come back.
A handwritten note?
Yeah, man. They have these
Jesus.
meetups where like the whole church or group gets together and then they write a bunch of notes and then they go out and deliver them on the weekends and shit.
That's horrifying.
Like Jehovah's Witnesses are the ones that go door to door anyway.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
But what a ballsy thing to say to a person, your dead loved ones could live together if you switched our religion. Like, I can't imagine going to, like, what if they just had someone die?
Yeah,
Or, like,
that's
they're
fucked up.
Yeah, it's like,
Or your fucking dog just dies and you're like, you can have a zombie
why don't
dog.
you come to church this week? We'll
can
see.
have
We'll see what we can do about that.
We'll get you that motherfucker back.
We'll see what Jehovah's got
You
to
remember
say
little
about
Pepper that got ran over? He's back.
back, bro. It's power of Jehovah. So, yeah, what a fucking bitch. Hope someone,
Damn, I'm fired up.
I know. I want to find Stephanie and thank her for her letter.
Did you look her up? Or she just...
I think she spelled her name wrong.
Or she gave you a fake name.
Yeah, that's what I think. Something. Couldn't find her, though.
Decent handwriting.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you, Stephanie.
Feel bad if she's like a teenager or something.
Yeah, she might need some help.
Yeah, you don't see cursive as much these days.
Yeah, no, I can't even read cursive, so I'm glad you read
Really?
that. No, I can't read
Is
cursive.
this hard to read? Or can you not read it?
I mean, I could read it, but that would probably take me like an hour.
Really?
Well, that's not even that I've seen more eccentric.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. That shit, I'm like,
I like cursive. I think it's a shame they're kind of phasing it out.
I could care less.
I feel like it's one of those things we should learn, but I don't know if it's the focus
Yeah.
that they, like, when we were kids, that it was like a big deal. And I feel like it shouldn't have been that
You had
big.
to do the whole alphabet and a bunch of bullshit. Fuck that. I couldn't do the J. I couldn't do the Z. That's all stupid shit. Fuck. I
funny,
can. I
man.
can't write my name though.
That's all that matters.
Fuck it. Sign my life away.
All right. We're on to the 6th, which, first off, holy shit, 6th episode of The Hard Men. We've gone through 6 of these fuckers already. But he spews so much nonsense. We're never going to catch up.
Yeah,
So,
honestly.
just infinite content.
We need to like do another one right after
like
this. Keep
daily,
up, dude.
bro. Like every day. So the 6th episode of the Hard Men podcast titled The Best Men Are Dangerous Men, in which Pastor Eric Kahn, fuck that dude,
Fuck that guy.
is going to teach us why we should be more dangerous. You ready for this?
I think so.
We're going to learn how dangerous we should be and why. Do you hear my cat? She said hello.
We shut her up. We shut her right up, dude.
Just gotta acknowledge her. She's like, thanks. I know
like,
you're,
"Alright."
know you're here today.
Oh, Eric, here we go. I'm excited for the music, though.
Dude,
last time he kind of
every
got me
time.
going.
Yeah, they had the new guitar interludes.
Yeah,
Pretty
dude.
decent.
All right, let's see what happens.
3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the Hard Men Podcast.
There we go.
Yeah.
Claiming biblical masculinity in a world of softness.
Soft boys in the house.
Damn
In
straight.
this episode of the Hard Men Podcast, we're going to be looking at the ways in which our generation venerates the nice guy.
Ooh.
That's right. Our culture seems to love niceness as the crowning virtue for all men.
I don't even know if that's true.
Men who speak and act in non-threatening ways.
Yeah, whatever. It's dumb.
Men who don't rock the boat, but are always agreeable. Men who shy away from sharp conflict. They know how to back down when they're told.
He thinks society honors nice
Bro.
guys.
They don't take bold initiative, but they passively submit to their bosses, to politicians, to their girlfriends and their wives. And when those in the culture say that they want nice men, what they really mean and what they really want is they want neutered men. Men
Oh,
without potency, without
Brother.
prowess or aggression.
I actually neutered a man last
Did
week.
you?
I did. It was
With
so
what?
easy. Oh, he had those truck nuts.
Oh,
A-
bro.
And I straight up at night took some bolt cutters, clipped them off,
That's kind of sick.
and I spray painted "no nuts"
No
on the back
nuts.
of his truck.
That's sick.
And yeah, made his day, I'm sure.
He probably would have been pissed.
Dude,
He probably would have
was
killed you
pissed.
if he saw you.
He did try.
He did try. I got shot at.
I got shot. Look, I'm bleeding. That'd be wild. What a way to start a podcast. Be like, I was shot 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I got literally just a little bit of time here.
Someone we know, I won't say who, was telling me during a dope deal, their dealer showed up shot.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's sick.
leaking.
Damn, but he was like, I need that fucking,
Need that 20 bag,
yeah,
bro.
straight up, bro.
I had one, the dude ran into an alley, like 5 gunshots went off. And I was like so strong. I didn't give a fuck.
You said,
I was just standing there. I was like,
I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait that bitch
he
out.
came sprinting out, and we did the. And he kept
Yeah.
running. Dope, bro.
What?
Peace.
You're like, yeah, you should go. You should go.
I'll take my time.
You think about what happens to a male dog when he's neutered, he's less aggressive.
Maybe that's why Eric's voice changed.
Yeah, dude.
And that can be good if you want your dog to lay on the ground and do nothing in your house. But it can be a bad thing if you need your dog to protect the homestead from wolves.
Oh,
Wow.
Now, our culture celebrates men like Prince Harry. Men who renounced his royal status and his hunting privileges because his wife found them repulsive. You see, as our culture has become more and more feminized in ways from the public school system to our corporations to our churches, right? Each one of these institutions has embraced a politically correct agenda that seeks to emasculate men.
They want to make money.
true. That's the truth. Yeah.
Boys should sit still and be quiet. And if they can't do that, well, then we'll give them drugs and we'll
Drugs?
diagnose them with a psychological condition.
Someone say drugs?
At work and at church.
Give a dog a bone. Rough.
Give me some stuff.
Any language of fighting or warfare or combat has been largely eradicated. If you're at school and your son makes a chicken nugget into a pistol, trust me, you're going to have words with the principal.
And he's gonna be cool.
That's
As
a cool.
fuck.
That kid's got his nuggies.
Yo.
It's a 9mm nuggie.
Yeah.
Right? In all of this, the fundamental assumption is that you make men good by making them safe. In reality, nothing could be further from the truth.
Okay, tell us the truth, would you, brother?
We'll be following this argument in this episode.
I don't know what his argument was.
But I want to quote Jordan Peterson, who said this:
Dude.
"A harmless man is not a good man.
Got Jordy Pepperson quotes.
Dude.
A good man is a very dangerous man
Jordy Pepperoni.
who has that under voluntary control." End quote.
Okay.
So you're just saying you're nice all the time except for when you need to be not.
That's an interesting. Yeah. I mean, he's just saying in general men are way too
feminized.
beta. Yeah, now. And he's the alpha and he thinks all men should be. So here's the question, okay?
Brother.
He thinks we're all too nice. Meanwhile, he doesn't know about us out here. Tough libs. Bro, we're tough libs, bro.
We're tough as hell. We're in that gray area. Straight up.
So here's the question.
He doesn't know.
Here's the real question he should be asked. Instead of quoting Jordan Pepperoni, he should be... The question really is being dangerous or tough an important part of being a man?
I don't think necessarily.
I don't think so.
I mean, it's
stupid.
fun to be dangerous sometimes.
Dangerous is...
It's fun.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, it can be fun or also...
It's good to be versatile. It's good to have the option to be.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's necessary in
No.
today's... Like it says in the Wild
It's
West.
less and less necessary. Yeah, every day. And so the question is, or the problem with his hypothesis, is it... I don't even think it's important to be a man. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, people could debate there, but the second part is, it's it's only important to be dangerous if that's something you value.
Or
And he's saying it's inherent that being a dangerous man is so important or necessary.
Yeah, it's like day-to-day life. It's definitely not necessary.
Don't really
Like,
have to be that James Bondy
Yeah.
most days.
I mean, that could be cool if you're like into that, but it sounds expensive.
Yeah.
Like to be James Bond every day and
And the whole thing, like, guys, like, lifting and stuff, like, a gun does more than
dude.
any amount of training and effort will
for
do.
real. You just spent 10 years getting big for me to shoot you. Once. Once.
That's all it takes. So then, I do think if there's if we're distinguishing between being tough and dangerous, I think those are two different things.
Yeah.
I think being tough is good.
I feel like being tough is good, definitely. But dangerous, maybe do you think that's the other side of the scale? Or
I think tough is really just being resilient.
yeah, fair.
And that's almost always a good thing. Being dangerous, he's saying it's only a positive, but being dangerous can be very bad.
Yeah.
Like, we've met tons of men who are dangerous.
Or just like you
in
don't
a
wanna-
bad way.
Yeah, like you don't like that guy in the bar that you're like, all right, let's
Yeah.
go to the fucking patio or just like out of
Get the fuck away from this dude, because when he's drunk, he's dangerous. Like,
Yeah,
dangerous isn't inherently a good thing.
Yeah,
even
definitely
if
not.
he's obviously placing value on it. There's tons of men that are dangerous in a very bad way.
And there's dangerous women too.
Absolutely.
100%. I saw this chick cop the other day, bro.
It can be
Don't-
tough as
Bro,
nails.
don't fuck with chick cops, bro.
Because they have in many ways a lower bar for
True,
what they can
you're
accept.
fair, yeah,
Like, they
yeah.
have to be tough to.
Yeah, they have to put on like maybe
Yeah.
a front than they
Yeah.
normally would.
So I don't know. I see tough as being important for anyone, and dangerous can be good, but it's definitely like a 50-50.
Yeah, but not everyone's like a sniper.
Yeah.
Shit, like what?
We all can't be as fucking dangerous as Eric Kahn.
Yeah, fuck.
And I don't think he's that dangerous because I've been talking a lot of shit. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't heard nothing,
Nothing.
dude.
Quite
Ride your horse all the
Quite
way
as
to
a church mouse. Not a peep.
not a peep in your church, Eric.
One of these days, he actually will
It's gonna be awesome.
threaten us. Yeah, it'll be fun though.
I'll be ready.
Show him how
I'll
tough.
be dangerous then, Eric. Actually, no, I'll be tough.
It will be tough.
I'll be tough.
We'll stick to
then,
being
Eric.
tough.
Yeah.
We're smart.
Yeah. I'm not fucking dumb and dangerous.
No.
Smart. and
We
tough.
value our freedom. That's as many like tough or mostly dangerous people value. Like, they think they can do whatever the fuck they want. And even if I could co-sign a lot of the things they want to do, like, your freedom is more valuable than anything.
Yeah, for real.
It's like there's very few things in life, even like looking back on things that I've done that were stupid. There's
Yeah.
very few things in life ever worth risking your freedom.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I feel like we've both done some things that are like
Sucked.
very dangerous,
Yeah.
but not like
We probably both risked our freedom quite a bit
Yeah.
more than if clear-minded we would have.
yeah, definitely.
'Cause
which is very dangerous. No, we're tough now.
Rolling the dice.
We're tough.
Tough's better than dangerous.
We're tough.
In this episode, I'll be expounding a fundamental argument.
Whoa!
Best
What the-
men
we got
are
trap beats?
dangerous men.
The horn, bro. That 808 is snapping while Eric is a yapping.
He's spitting.
Bro, this beat does not fit this. That was dumb of him to do.
There's no question
Yeah, this
that
sounds like
men are
he made it.
hardwired
Yeah.
for danger. This is something psychologists and sociologists have been tracking for a long time, and they recognize this feature of masculinity.
Are we going to go into the warrior gene?
Bro.
I bet he
You
does.
see, there's a genetic predisposition for men to show physical aggression and even violence. It's part of who they are. They possess larger and stronger bodies than women do.
Because we're so cool, bro.
And the male has 75% more
'Cause
muscle
we got the
than a
balls.
woman, with 90%
All those hormones
greater
brewing
Balls
up
brewed up these bad boy
outside
muscles.
our
men
body.
have,
Just brewing.
surprisingly, predominantly filled roles in the front lines of combat and dangerous professions.
Muscle makers.
Statistics also reveal where this masculine biology can, of course, go wrong. It often does. According to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, 93% of those
I don't trust
incarcerated,
anything he says.
well, they're men. Research, both present and historical, shows that a vast majority of those involved in homicides are men.
He's listing all the cons of being
Of the most
dangerous.
dangerous
Yeah.
jobs on the planet,
It's like 92% men's death in dangerous jobs.
Well, men occupy the majority. This is why men are 10 times more likely to be killed at work than women.
And they're way dumber.
Yeah, it takes stupid jobs.
Yeah.
The problem is that in our culture, we're also fueled by a pervasive feminist ideology.
Okay.
An ideology that points to the obvious reality of man's natural propensity for violence and labels that as toxic. Right? If men are stronger, well, that makes them toxic. Right? The most popular theory is that you make men safe by weakening them.
Whose theory is that?
And so from prohibition to public education, there's been
Why
a
are we going
concerted
back to this
societal
trap?
effort to domesticate and emasculate.
Okay, this is
and
early in
soften
Eric's journey. He's clearly confused right now.
He doesn't know who he is.
No, this
You
is
mentioned prohibition
The
being
obvious problem, which all the research points out,
demasculating?
Yeah,
Why would he say that?
I don't know.
When did that even happen?
What was his point with that? I feel like
Alcohol's
That's what
for
I should-
boys.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he was getting at there. In my mind, I was thinking he was talking about like, what do you call women's prohibition? There's a different term, right?
Oh, it's women's suffrage.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what he was referring to.
Maybe.
Is that a term?
Women's prohibition. Oh yeah, just they couldn't buy the booze,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know what the fuck his point was. To your point,
He was just being dumb.
yeah.
He's very confused. Why was he? Well, he was saying being dangerous is good, but then he's talking about like ex-cons and being in prison.
Yeah, and taking bad jobs that you die at. Like, it doesn't. So far, he's not proving his point.
No, I think you're making men are just dumb a little bit.
Yeah, dumb or tough? What's better?
You-
the obvious problem, which all the research points out, it just simply does not work. You don't make men good by softening them, just like you don't make a knife better by dulling it.
Best knife's a sword.
It's a samurai sword.
As any butcher knows, the best knife is the sharpest knife.
It's not a man.
It's a sharp knife used
Without
for
balls.
the right purpose. What our society has done
Dick is a
neuter
knife.
the characteristics of authentic masculinity
I'm circumcised.
and then wonder why the new beta male
Sharp as
isn't
fuck,
worth
bro.
a damn.
Sharp as hell.
We made war on fatherhood and then wondered why fatherless homes are decimating the culture. We told men that their strength was toxic. And now we wonder why we've been plagued by invertebrates in our communities,
What?
corporations, and in our churches.
What the fuck?
I think C.S.
hot.
Lewis had it best.
Oh,
He
he's
said
jellyfish.
this, quote, in a sort of ghastly simplicity, we remove the organ, but demand the function.
We remove the penis.
And replace the.
We make men without chest and expect of them virtue and enterprise. We laugh at honor and then are shocked to find traitors in our midst.
He's just yapping.
Bro, what is he even saying this whole time?
He's fucking lost in the sauce.
We castrate and
Bro.
bid the geldings to be fruitful. End quote.
Bro, this trap beat getting to his fucking head, dude.
Where we are most helped today is by the great men of the past who understood that only dangerous men, hear that again, only dangerous men have the capacity for masculine virtue.
Only dangerous men have the capacity for whatever virtue. Yeah.
Masculine
virtue. He thinks society says that being a man today is what is toxic.
Like inherently, or
Yeah, like the attributes that inherently make us men are also what inherently makes being a man toxic.
I feel like he's doing very poorly at trying to.
It's a bad analysis.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the society's critique has ever been that the things that make men are the toxic, like are inherently toxic.
Yeah.
It's that the attributes that these men have are being wielded toxically.
Yeah, fair.
It's like none of the things like of toxic masculinity are bad on their own or just
Yeah.
for existing, but it's how they often are misused or whatever.
Yeah, and women are bad too.
Absolutely.
Like, bro, women are mean. Girls are mean, bro.
It can be mean.
They can be little meanies.
Like it's I think it's bad when anyone focuses this much on their own gender or on the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like your sexuality should not be your identity.
Yeah, definitely. You could just, I mean, you're stuck with what you have. Well, not today, but you know
Sure.
what I mean.
Yeah.
You start with what you have, and you just become whoever you want to be.
Who you want to be,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But there's like, across all the spectrums, people that focus too much on that. Like, it's
Yeah.
obviously a huge part of who we are, how we express ourselves, what we want to be.
Yeah.
But it's not everything either.
Yeah, and like you can't let people's everyday, like if someone gives you a weird look because you're walking behind them and you're a guy, and like you never know, like you can't let that really affect who you are. Like you could just be a girl behind it, it wouldn't be a problem.
Sure.
Like walking behind that person, and you can't let those
not-
outside.
Yeah, like of society's, what you think society's analysis on what you are all the time shouldn't be affecting your choices.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, everyone says we're bad men and I'm here to prove we're not bad.
Yeah.
It's like, how is that who you chose to be? Like, you're just doing the opposite of what you're being scolded for.
Yeah,
It's like you should just be ignoring the scolding and be who you are regardless of what.
just anyways.
Yeah.
Regardless of whoever people think you are.
Like, he's doing the most beta thing ever.
Kinda. He started off by 10 minutes of just dogging on dudes, dude. He's trying to dog down some dudes.
Yeah, I wonder why he even wrote that. Like, what the fuck was his point? Because he didn't capitalize it. Now he's he was listing all the ways in which men are dangerous, saying society thinks all these things are bad, and now I'm going to give stats on why they just are bad.
I feel like we're doing a better job of making guys sound
Both sides in it.
dangerous.
J.R.R. Tolkien captured this truth magnificently
Oh, God.
in The Two Towers.
He's
I'm
a
gonna
fucking
quote from
nerd,
that
too.
now. Gimli said, "But you speak of him as if he were a friend. I thought Fangorn was dangerous."
The ball's on Frodo.
Dangerous, cried Gandalf. And so am I. Very dangerous. More dangerous than anything you will ever meet.
It's so weird.
Unless you are brought alive before the seat of the Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord.
And Aragorn is dangerous, and Legolas is dangerous.
He's talked about Lord of the
You're
Rings the
beset
last
with
3
danger,
episodes.
Gimli,
Yeah,
son of
dude.
Glóin.
He's a loser.
For you are dangerous yourself in your own fashion. Certainly, the forest of Fangorn is perilous, not least to those that are too ready with their axes. And Fangorn himself, he is perilous too.
I
Yet
put on my
he
cock
is
ring and I
wise
strove
and
through Mordor.
Straight up, dude.
And
Cast my balls into the lava, bro.
You see, in modern
The
times,
fuck?
men like
All my
Jordan Peterson
boys.
have repeatedly pointed out
He's got
what
two of his
Tolkien
guys.
is also drawing out in this quote. It is only the most dangerous men that are capable of
Say
genuine,
Fangorn
authentic
one more
virtue.
time. You fucking
Weak and
dumbass.
harmless men are incapable of true virtue.
Okay, weak men are
What
unvirtuous.
the world needs is dangerous men, not safe men.
Okay, tell us why.
It was dangerous men with the capacity for violence who stormed the beaches of Normandy and kept the evil of Nazism from swallowing Europe whole. It was dangerous men who chased and bombed the Taliban
Okay.
to the point of extinction in Afghanistan after September 11th, 2001.
Damn planes.
It was dangerous men who tracked and killed UBL on May 2nd, 2011.
Okay, this is the first evidence he's given that has any merit, although the examples he's used could to be debated on if they're good or bad, but let's say it's all good. His point is, okay, we do need dangerous men to fulfill certain roles, such as the war examples he's gave, but if we broaden it, it's protecting people, in theory. So there's some validity to that, but those men in their daily life aren't living dangerously. Like,
Yeah. They're not constantly fucking like
On edge,
on their
yeah.
fucking tactical checking corners and fucking.
and
yeah.
if anything, none of that has anything. That dangerousness is not directly tied to being a man. And if anything, I think the values that should be admired are like the bravery or
Yeah,
self-sacrifice.
fair.
It's not like
Definitely.
we don't praise the people who stormed the beaches at D-Day because they were so dangerous. Like, look at that guy, he's so dangerous.
Yeah, he's
got
going,
mowed down
dude.
by fucking machine gun nests. It's like they're often praised because they were brave enough to go to a dangerous situation. Not because
like, put themselves in harm's way.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
He's like taking all the wrong lessons from the examples.
Yeah,
like bombing Al-Qaeda. It's like, those, like you said, they're drones, bro.
Yeah.
These men weren't dangerous pushing buttons.
And like that's probably their job.
Yeah.
They just do that. They probably trained to do it for a while. They want to be dangerous.
And even if like we say it's a good thing, I'm not like praising the drone operator for being dangerous.
Yeah, like
it'd be like if we did appreciate what they did, it's like, oh, they did. It was honorable because they're protecting society.
Yeah.
Like but you wouldn't be like, oh, that drone operator was amazing because he's so dangerous.
He's sipping on a high C, fucking
On his
jacking
Xbox
off, bro.
controller.
Yeah, like what?
I'm sure they don't anymore, but in the early drone days, Xbox controllers were used.
That would be fucking
because
sick.
there was like it was just like an easy solution.
Why don't they put us in there, bro?
Bro,
we'd be good.
Hop on live, send a razor
Kill some
drone.
Russians, bro. Oh my god, that'd be sick. Honestly, I'd be like,
be bombing the Kremlin every night.
I don't give a fuck.
Get on with the boys.
Get on with
Send
the
some
boys.
razor drones to Putin.
And then we, got one watching, one going.
Dude.
Yeah, get that footy.
Did you
Get that footage, bro.
have you seen that? Have you seen those gamers that made their own World of Tanks setup?
Yeah, that fucking moves and shit.
Yeah, with the Coke bottle.
Yes,
dude, that shit's
dude,
dope.
bruh.
It's the same guy that did the real
like
recoil videos.
yeah, because he had one that. He's like, bro, yeah, that would be awesome.
I feel like that one would not be usable at all, but the
would be
tank,
fun.
we would have so much fun doing that because it took
Dude,
3 people to
yeah,
operate.
bro.
Oh
We'd
god,
be sweating.
it'd be dope as
Yeah.
fuck. Danger,
We're all
real
kidded.
danger.
Yeah, dude.
Instead of vilifying masculine virtues like physical prowess, potent sexuality, and vocational passion, along with violent aggression, it's essential that we understand what men are
brother.
for, and
Stinky
then we
cum.
recast that vision for future generations. Now, as we talked about in the last episode, one of the most important things we can understand about our masculinity is that we were made for dominion. Right? Man's purpose and his aim has to be clearly defined.
Okay, tying it into
God
last.
does this for us in Genesis 1:28.
Yes.
We're told that we are to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. We're to rule over the fish of the sea. We're to take dominion.
Now, when Eric says dominion, I'm sure he means stewardship. No? Okay. What?
What if it happens?
Again, as we spoke
Wait,
of
we
last
gotta
episode,
hold on.
this
Yeah,
means men
What?
were
What?
making babies.
Hold on, pause it.
We're
pause
pausing, Ricky.
Hello?
What?
How we doing?
it. Hello, Mr. Ricky.
I thought your truck broke down.
Well, it did actually. We got it towed finally. It's in the shop now.
Are you recording?
I have the day off tomorrow, so I mean, I don't have anything to do, so I'm down to record.
Are you recording? Can you hear me?
I am recording, and I can hear you.
Yay!
Yeah, what the fuck?
Now,
What's up, Will?
99 milligrams, dude. What's up?
We're doing
Ricky?
good, man. Ricky just called us on Skype. We're 9 minutes into 25 minutes. Are you down?
Okay, I didn't miss too much then. I
No,
missed,
no.
I mean, about half, but you know.
Now, Will,
What's up, Will? What's poppin'?
this was all a ruse.
What? We rused you. What? Yo.
The truck did break down. That part's actually true, but I've been home for a little
I was
while.
about to say, did you lie about that? Rused. I'm tricked. Yo.
Now that Ricky's here, we got Glizzy Team 6.
Glizzy Team 6 reporting for duty.
Lubrication complete. Entering double barrel mode. There's so many of them, Commander. I think it's time to enter a stealth mission mode. We're gonna penetrate deep behind the enemy's behind. Deep behind enemy lines. Shh, entering stealth mission mode. Thank you for the glizzy. 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 Shh, we're on a stealth mission. discovered! Glizzy Team 6, going loud! Entering rapid fire machine gun mode! Thank you for all the glizzies. I think it's time we exit Glizzy Overdrive. Hoorah!
We can give you a recap if you'd like.
Oh, please.
All right, so the recap is the episode Eric Con, episode 6, The Best Men Are Dangerous Men.
Oh, okay.
So far, it's just why men should be dangerous, but the first 5 minutes are examples of like why being dangerous is bad. I don't really understand what his argument was. It's not a good argument. We understand the argument, not a good argument. All these examples of men, why being dangerous is bad. He thinks it's good. And then he started to get better examples where he got into like the D-Day, storming the beaches, defeating Al-Qaeda, like roles in society where being a dangerous man can be good. And then he does the dumb nerd thing. He got back to Lord of the Rings and Geordie Pepperoni, and he's
cock ring in Mordor.
Yeah, he threw his cock into Mordor, and he's given examples of the most dangerous men are. There's examples from history, and he's talking about their reasons why being dangerous is actually a good thing.
Boy, that would be the best way to practice No Nut November, is throw your cock straight into Mordor. Just get...
Put it...
Get rid of it.
What if there was a magic cock ring, dude? I'll turn invisible.
There is?
That would be so dangerous.
Bro, every November, I go to the pawn shop, pawn my dick, get it back at the end of the month.
Fuck, how much do you get for that
Big
shit?
dollars.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Damn.
But one year I lost my pawn shop ticket.
Ooh.
Nightmare.
They were digging through that shit trying to find
I had to
your
hunt
dick,
it down.
dude. Digging through a bucket of dick.
Somebody went and bought it.
I had to remove it. It was a whole gruesome surgery.
Yikes.
Oh, and society, of course, overvalues the nice guy. And because the attributes of a man that are considered toxic masculinity have been so demonized, that all men are far too soft, obviously, to be dangerous anymore.
Okay.
We're all soft.
He has to throw that in.
Of course. He's got to justify the need to be dangerous again.
Right.
Of course.
We're told that we are to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. We're to rule over the fish of the sea. We're to take dominion. And again, as we spoke of last episode, this means men were for making babies and raising them to be covenant-keeping sons.
Keeping the cove.
And then, second of all, men were to raise armies that took the world into dominion for the glory of God.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, man, the glory of God.
Of course, there's the necessary help of woman to accomplish man's primary and God-given task, which was subduing and taking dominion of the earth. It's this conquering of the world. This is why men are sexually
Been playing
driven.
a little too much Risk.
Their sex and the potency that they have in it is a gift from God for procreation, for pleasure, and for raising up this army
It's
of
raising
godly
up, all right.
warriors and workers. You see, men are naturally combative.
And naturally horny.
I have boys, and you
So
put them
dangerous.
in the backyard, you put them with the neighbor boys,
Ugh.
and within 5 minutes, they've divided themselves up into cops and robbers or cowboys and
I love
Indians.
when boys get dangerous in my
You don't even have to
backyard.
teach them that. They
I would like to
understand
see
it.
him wrestle.
But even this is a gift. It's a gift for slaying the dragons that roam the earth and
Lord of the Rings.
destroy civilization.
He's a nerd. He just is a nerd.
Right as the past
Cosplaying
century
as a
has
soldier.
borne out, there is real evil in the world. And the only solution is for violently good men to meet that evil at
Meet you at the
gates.
goddamn door.
You see, men were made to be warriors among a gang of men, which is a gift. It's a gift for the continuance of a God-fearing community. When a threat arises to the welfare of a people, men, dangerous men, will ride into battle because
Real
they
men.
give each other strength and courage that could come no other way.
All right, he's clearly just babbling. So, one of the points we made earlier, Ricky, is that we both kind of agreed being tough, being resilient is far more important than being dangerous. Do you
Yes.
agree? Yeah. And then from that, we were kind of getting to the idea of being dangerous can be just as much a bad thing as a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really important or inherently needed to be a man. But if you value it, it could be a good thing, depending on how it's used. It's all about what you're using your element of danger for. But Eric just talks about it like being psychotic or just inherently dangerous is a positive.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the arguments that are made for the you got to have dangerous people, those are the kind of people that will, protect you when you need, protecting and do the things that no one else is willing to do, but what you're doing is painting that person as they're a tool. They're a tool to be used. They're not a fixture, a member of society. It's a tool that you are using. You're not considering it like they are a part of society. People that make that argument, I think, and not to say that it's fully, wrong, but they say that like, oh, it's good to have them around, but then their value is to be used.
I like that point. I like that. What comes to mind is old school executioners.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like we're valuing the danger they create and not the person themselves.
Yeah.
Like the executioners go to town at like often drunks, and we value the service they did
Because they're just like, I'm fucked up, I'll kill a motherfucker.
Yeah, but we're not valuing like the executioner never held like a respectable position in society. We just valued that they did the dirty work.
They're like,
Exactly.
just doing it.
And that's often how we treat soldiers today.
Yeah.
It's like we respect them. They're
Yeah,
so
thank you
honored
for
'cause
your
they
service. Here's 10% off at Denny's.
Yeah, yeah, but no health care for the Agent Orange or the
For sure.
the burn pits.
Your
Like we
skin is
No,
fucked.
we had nothing
Yeah.
to do with that. That was outside of the scope. That was not in the policy.
Didn't mean it.
we honor the job you did, but we don't honor your health today. Yeah.
No. But here's a Dodge Charger.
Now that you've been injured, your new job is to recruit young boys.
Young
Yeah.
boys, drive fast.
Bro, I
Get
hate
mad.
that shit so much. Recruiters are so fucking garbage, dude.
That was all the time in my high school.
It's so
so
gross.
stupid.
What a like shitty thing. Oh god. Can't
I don't think I never saw recruiters at SCPA, and I think
Probably
they knew
not.
it was because it was art school, and
Yeah.
these kids aren't going to war.
They don't want those artsy fucks.
You want us to draw a picture of the battle?
These
Am I
are
gonna be
soft
the-
men. We don't need these kids.
Gonna be the little drummer boy?
They spar against each other. They ride out to meet the enemy. They shed blood.
Man blood.
And this is how men are bonded. Right? Men are fathers. They're intense workers. They're culture builders. They're protectors and leaders. All of this is a gift for building society. Man was made to shed his blood.
He
so that
was
would
made to die
ensure
and for war.
the generational vitality of his offspring.
I don't give a fuck about my kids or lack thereof.
Men were made to gather, store up, manage.
That's a dangerous father right there.
furtherance of future generations. But here's the rub. The church today has almost completely lost any optimistic vision for the world. Any vision that includes men as they were made in Scripture.
Do you think that's because they're waiting for the second coming?
Right? We have feminist visions
Some churches.
that want to castrate masculinity, but we don't have a dominion vision that harnesses masculine DNA.
Ugh.
Ooh, he's trying to get that
Gross.
DNA out of you.
Trying to get bags of that shit.
Build
He needs samples.
not a land worth
He's
dying
doing
for.
research.
Men become aimless
Taste
and
test.
destructive. That's why men are in prison as much as they are. Most of those men don't have a purpose and a vision. And so they have all this strength and they don't know what to do with it. All that energy that was made for world dominion, well, it becomes unhinged. It becomes destructive to self, society, and the entire
Too
world.
much jacking off, bro.
Little
They're
too
not
dangerous.
conquering countries. Instead, they're turning over 7-Elevens.
It's the same reason that many men who thrive in combat, well, what do? They return home and then they discover that it's purposeless. There's a listless existence. They're removed from the greatest love that a man can have, which is for the man
Between a man and his penis.
They no longer have their gang. And so they no longer have a clear purpose for their own lives. Many of these men suffer from depression and, of course, and unfortunately, suicide is common among them.
Post-penis distress disorder.
Vision for dominion, masculinity cannot be fully recovered. But as we said last episode, and I want to reiterate here, with that vision, men will thrive. You remember Proverbs 29:18?
Oh, of course.
18,
Yeah, my favorites.
says
my other
this,
favorite.
where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
What an
What?
out of context Bible verse.
Yeah, that had nothing to do.
You see, the desperate need of the hour is to encourage men to embrace this godly vision for dominion that he was made for. Right? The plagues of masculinity we face today are a result of a people perishing without a vision. Without clear purpose, well, sexuality engulfs a man in pornographic napalm
Hell yeah.
and in selfish pleasure seeking.
Pornographic napalm sounds sick.
That was a
Sounds
good line.
That's
Dope
pretty
as
good.
hell. That's how I want to go.
He had an empty Longmire quote. I mean, Bible quote. Dumbass.
So he's getting to something now. He's going back to purpose, which is we've talked about a lot. Purpose is important for anyone.
Right.
I don't know why. His tying together of. It feels like he's just saying without purpose, men are dangerous.
Or depressed or suicidal.
Yeah. But
he said the best men are dangerous men.
that's what I'm saying. I don't really get what the connection he's making is.
Yeah.
It feels like this podcast has been more non sequiturs than normal.
Yeah.
And he had this title in mind, and then he set to writing it, and then he kind of forgot that that's what the title was going to be. And he was like, they're not going to.
They'll just be listening.
No one's going to pick this apart.
And then he's basically like through his research found more ways in which the dangers are bad.
He's like, but the title's so good.
It's so good.
Oh.
I could free ball this shit.
He started using a trap beat, bro.
Oh, you missed it.
Oh yeah. Oh
Dirty
no,
trap
I
beat.
missed the.
Yeah. He was
New
using
music?
some trap interludes.
It'll probably be on the way out, dude. You'll hear it.
Okay,
It's
cool.
good. Very out of place.
Very, very out of place.
Nerdy white guy in this.
Talking about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
God and trap beats.
And in selfish pleasure seeking. Strength is used to manipulate, control, and abuse rather than to protect and defend. Fatherhood is abandoned for cheap sex and the objectification of women.
Damn objects.
Money itself becomes a tool simply for luxurious self-aggrandizement. Misguided combativeness erupts violently to destroy families, communities, and churches.
Destroy the churches.
Now, I want to address one other thing, which is this. Many Christians will point to passages like this: the meek shall inherit the earth.
Nope.
Right? We're told that, Matthew 5:5, the meek shall inherit the earth. And what we think is nice guys, limp-wristed guys,
Ooh.
guys who aren't aggressive, those are going to be
My
the ones
wrists
who
are
inherit
real
the earth.
strong.
And many of the beta men in the church, they like to use these
Beta men.
passages to support what they think is the right view of how men should be.
Okay.
Right? So many Christians have been indoctrinated in effeminate churches by effeminate pastors.
Okay.
It all comes back to the ladies.
Yeah.
He just hates femininity so much.
So much of the church is more of a woman's tea party and book club than a boot camp for dominion takers. Right? Churches, as we've said in the episodes preceding, churches have become soft ghettos for the kind of pacifistic, emotionalistic pietism that hard men simply turn away from.
Gotta take the church by sword.
We talked about this in the last couple episodes, but Paul called the church to fight the good fight, to act like men, and to be good soldiers. It's hardly the language that you're going to find in the church today,
Hardly.
right? But Jesus said the violent will take the kingdom by force. So we ask a vital question at this point. What are men made to be? Well, we're told meek, and I want to delve into that. What does that meekness actually look like? By the way, note the promise that the meek will inherit the earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Jesus said. They'll be dominion takers. Jesus promises that the meek will inherit.
Did Jesus
earth.
actually say that,
They
though?
will take dominion. It will be accomplished.
I do think Jesus said that. I don't know if he actually said it or not. It definitely is in the Bible.
That's what I thought.
You know who will... You know who really will inherit the earth?
Who?
The greedy.
I mean, you're right.
It's who
Fucking
wants
squeaky wheel gets the grease, right?
Yeah, there's like all this research on like alpha men, like who has the most sex, how to have the most sex, how to get the most women. The real answer is the men who want the most sex.
Yeah.
Like despite money, power, like looks, all those things, who has the most sex? It's the people who seek it out the most.
Yeah.
Like that's always how things go. The people who want the earth, who want to inherit the most land, the most power of the church, the most whatever that the meek are promised to. No, it's going to be the people who want it the most, who are willing to fight for it, who are willing to go out and try to get it.
Yeah, the people that want it are going to get it, not some meek guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And to that extent, I think Eric is right that it's not the meek, but his answer's the dangerous psychopaths.
Yeah, we all have to be weapons, bro.
Soldiers, bro. We need purposeful soldiers out here taking all the earth. That's basically his whole world.
Yes, I would like to clarify that apparently it was Jesus who said, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." But it was in Matthew 5. So, and because
Jesus wasn't real. So.
exactly.
Scribble. That's all you got, Matthew.
Scribble. For years they'll read the scribble. Thus said the Lord.
It's ironic because the meekness that Jesus calls for is exactly the opposite of the soft shell crab weakness in men that gets peddled so often from the pulpit today.
Ooh, soft shell crabs.
Delicious.
Good, actually.
Helps us to understand the kind of masculinity we ought to pursue. So hear me out on this.
Mm-hmm. Listening.
The Greek word praeus refers to the meeking of a war horse. Right? When you were going to meek a war horse, that means you train it.
Sweet.
You take an animal that is tremendously powerful and you bring that animal under
Tremendous.
the direction and control of the rider, of the warrior. Right? So picture this with
What if it's a
meekness.
fat horse?
It's not making something neutered. It's not neutering the war horse.
Can be.
It's training it. It's harnessing all that raw power
Okay.
for the purpose of executing in the heat of battle. Biblical meekness is not weakness, but rather...
It's all about where you point the knife.
How big your balls are.
And this is the dictionary definition. Rather, it refers to exercising God's strength
Or exercising with Christ.
under God's control, demonstrating power without undue harshness. Right? So what is a meek man? A meek man is an extremely powerful man
What?
who has learned to control himself and to channel that power for the right purposes,
Full Sigma.
for work and for being a warrior. He's not a harmless man. He's not a neutered man. He's not a nice man. Meekness means being very, very dangerous, but knowing how to control it.
Keep the rage deep inside.
Cage it up, bro.
Caged up.
Wait to really lash out on your significant other.
Rage out.
Rage
and
out.
and go into battle nude.
Yeah.
Hard.
Like General Butt Naked.
Exactly.
Now, I feel like he's tying himself into pretzels to make this fucking point, bro.
You're going back on the meekness, bro. Wasn't meek just a bad thing?
He rewrote meek.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yo.
Dude, he knotted up.
He called
Straight
up Merriam-Webster
goldenrod
and said,
pretzels.
"Hey, look, this is the new shit I'm dropping."
Yeah.
Yo.
He should just write his own Bible.
That would
I
be
really,
insane.
I said something a minute ago. I said, some exercising with Christ. And I would like to say I kind of want to make now a shit post of you remember Tybo with fucking Billy Blanks, but just replace the T in Tybo with a cross and replace Billy Blanks with Jesus.
I like that.
I think it would be pretty cool. I think it'd be a fun thing to do. And I'm probably going to forget it by the time we're done recording.
Absolutely. Do you remember in the old days?
The old days.
One of my shirts.
In the late 1900s?
Do you remember my t-shirt that said, "Get a gun and let it guide you"?
No.
Oh, shit, dude. It was a Cyclone 9 shirt. It was one of my favorite shirts. I wore it forever. I don't know what happened to it. But I bought it from the band's singer. And it had a pistol in the front. And it said, "Get a gun and let it guide you." And I wore it to school like every fucking day.
That's insane.
I had a Columbine patch. All this shit.
Oh, my God.
I had like Charles Manson with the swastikas and like all kinds of wild shit.
Dude, you know they had a meeting about you.
They did.
At least one.
I mean, they threatened to take me to court.
I mean, someone have to talk about that.
But the idea of like living your life with a gun in your hand. Have you seen that movie Akimbo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun movie. But imagine your hands are guns.
Sick.
You have so much power, right?
But you can't jack off.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, man.
Kink, kink.
Yeah, just clink, clink, clink.
Wow.
Fuck. Shit.
But you have so much power, but it's all the responsibility.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something to that idea of like, it's often used by like socialists and stuff, and I feel like I kind of agree, but I don't fully. But the quote is, "There are no bad tactics, just bad targets." And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Where like I feel like to have the power of living your whole life with a gun in your hand will be rad as fuck if you use it right.
Or if you get to use it once.
What if I want to kill 2 people?
That's true.
What if I want more people to die?
What if he lives through the first shot?
That's true.
Imagine you miss your one shot. Your whole life was like that one Eminem line.
Damn, bro. You're fucked. You're fucked. Double tap.
You'll never live it down.
If Eric's point was, hey, being dangerous is good when you are responsible, like I can get behind that. And it feels like he's trying to twist Meek into like meaning that.
Yeah, I think the point is I think the problem lies in he's trying to make it biblical.
Yes.
And link the Bible. He's trying to like hook it into the Bible more.
He's Bible hooking.
Yeah, Bible. He's fishing with it, and he's having troubles, but I think in his mind he's making it work.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He's convinced himself.
He thinks he's got a big one.
That meek means something that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right. God calls men to be tremendously powerful and dangerous.
Mm.
And to harness that drive with unparalleled discipline under the authority of God's word. The virtues which Christ himself extols in men are holy violence and power under restraint.
Ooh. That's definitely what Christ taught.
It's all about, yeah.
Right? The authentic man has not become weak. It's the opposite of that. He's learned to harness his power through training and through discipline.
God did jujitsu.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Which is why the best men are
There we
dangerous
go.
men.
There it is, Ricky.
Yeah, very out of place.
Sun finally went down in the hood.
At this point in the show, I want to get very, very practical. We promised we would do that, so we're going to try and give you a few practical things to work on.
Ooh.
Let's go.
And
Oh,
ways that you
cool.
can be dangerous,
Fuck.
but under control.
Yes.
Number one, you can be dangerous, but under control
Put a gun in
by
your mouth.
learning firearms training or a martial arts discipline.
Okay.
Now, why do I think this is important?
It is.
Right, the
but
coronavirus is going on. The police have said, hey,
What?
we're not going to respond to as many things. There's a very real possibility in our world that you will have to defend yourself.
from viruses.
Yeah,
So what you need
got a
to do is
Muay
you
Thai
need to
kick the
train
shit out of some
You need
viruses.
to learn how to be even more dangerous than the person that doesn't know what they're doing, but in a controlled manner.
Just kung fu'd my way out of
That's how you're
coronavirus,
gonna
bro.
win.
Roundhouse kick that mask.
That's how you can be dangerous but under control.
Someone coughs at me, I shoot him.
It's amazing. I go to these training courses and I mean, man, there'll be women there who are in their 60s, 70s,
Okay.
and they look unassuming. And then we get on the firing line, and
What?
the course instructor, the range master, will call out one of these women who's been to these courses before, and they say, show us this maneuver, show us this technique. And the woman does it, and I'm like, man, I would not want to cross her in a gunfight.
Why is he praising a woman right now? This is so out of character.
Because she's hard.
I thought he was going to...
She does the things that he wants a hard man to do.
Right? She's dangerous, and men need to be the same way. You need to be dangerous.
I thought they were just going to line up women and
He
practice.
likes old ladies.
Apparently.
And you can only be that because you have training. You want to be the right kind of dangerous. Not stupid dangerous. Not blundering dangerous, but skill. You've harnessed the ability to kill. I remember the words of General James Mattis, right?
What did he say?
Be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everybody you meet.
I like that, dude. Oh, God, what a good quote. That's awesome.
Boy, that's a great quote. That's a very Stephen quote. The problem is we've mentioned this before of like, the people like him that take the full, what you would think is like very classic satanic point of view, and they turn it into a gospel thing.
Whole philosophy, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, this is like the shit that you live by, the things that you feel and think, but it's also it's like you're turning it into something that it's not. You're taking it and you're kidnapping it.
Yeah. What a great word for that, dude.
You've taken it for yourself and depriving me of it.
Yeah, they're manipulating it to be what it's so frustrating. Like when like let's say you're having an argument with someone and you're like, okay, we both disagree on this point, and we're like, let's figure out why we disagree. So then it's like, all right, let's check our facts, and we go through and we agree on point A, B, and C, and then we look at the argument. We're still like, well, why do we disagree? And then you look closer, and it's like their interpretation of those A, B, and C are completely different than what they were supposed to be. And you're like, hey, like you said, right? They're like kidnapping the evidence. Like,
you read this wrong.
Like, what if
you're not living this right and labeling this right? You're misinterpreting this to mean what you want it to mean rather than what it actually means.
Whatever the fuck they want. And people do that with the Bible constantly. Like, it is a huge book written by tons of different people over tons of time. Like, with all these abstract ideas and stories, and people just turn it into whatever the fuck you want. There's nothing I couldn't do in this world that I couldn't somehow justify with a Bible verse.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so silly.
You take half a sentence and it suddenly means whatever you want it to mean.
Anything. Now, what I do like, or what I think is a better version of whoever the fuck's quote that was, is just the simple, speak softly and carry a big stick.
Yeah.
Like, that is a good way to live. Like, that is a good way to... That is an example of, like, how being dangerous can be good. It's not that you're aggressive or intimidating. It's... The first part, speaking soft, like, compassion, basically.
Yeah.
But be prepared to protect, too.
Absolutely.
A lot of it is just not getting yourself into a situation where you have to be dangerous.
Yeah, where you're the person barking that gets bit. Yeah,
exactly.
Man.
Being able to de-escalate situations is far more powerful than getting yourself into them or becoming a part of them because you had no control over the situation until you had to use physical force of some kind.
Yeah. It's almost always better to have the ability to avoid the conflict in the first place than having the ability to end it or whatever.
Exactly. Like, you don't want to have to slap the shit out of someone.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't...
I don't want to kill every
paperwork
person
involved and shit.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you have to go to court. Fuck that. That's... No.
I'd rather be able to talk the room into going out for a beer.
Go out for a pint.
I will say... Eric is kind of getting to the better aspects of his points.
Rough start.
Yeah, like the whole 2/3 of this has been utter trash and garbage. But if you just would have started with like, hey, being dangerous is good when you use it with discipline. Mm-hmm. Very, very simple.
Yeah.
We're on to Spider-Man logic, okay? With great power comes great responsibility. Like the whole 25 minutes, if you just would have started with that, we could have been okay. But no.
Do you think he just watched Spider-Man and he had this in his head? Obviously COVID's going on and he's like, we got to watch something. And he watched Spider-Man. He's like, oh, that's a really good line. I bet I could put that into a sermon. Bet I could make that into a thing.
There's no way
he twisted in his head. There's
no way all these episodes he has that he doesn't use that Spider-Man quote at least once, right? You know true. What I think? I think Eric Kahn lived his whole life without an Uncle Ben.
I was about to say that. Uncle Ben's dead.
He had no Uncle Ben in his life, and now
Uncle Ben. He did some questionable things to Eric.
Yeah, he's just a dangerous bearded boy now.
Dangerous. Yeah, Uncle Ben was soft, so he didn't spend time with Uncle Ben.
My uncle was too soft to ever get hard for me.
Right, that's what men do. You know how to be dangerous. So you can be dangerous with your body by learning how to use firearms. Sign up for a course near you. Right, there's lots of places locally.
Didn't he say that already?
Sign up for courses.
Yeah.
Especially right now. I guess the other point I'll make is martial arts. You can get martial arts training as well. Same deal,
Cold
man.
Stone.
It sounds so stupid when he says it. Like this is why women hate us, okay?
Yeah.
Michael Foster's right on this one. You ought to know how to kill a man with your bare hands if you had to do it.
Based.
You know, take jujitsu, take a course. There's tons of things you can do. There's a guy in our church who does this Filipino stick fighting.
With sticks.
And he sits at the back of the sanctuary as you first come in, and if anybody's unsavory, and we do have those people, he's going to offer them a friendly little beatdown.
What a cool guy.
Yeah, what a rad individual.
He could definitely take me.
That's
what men should be. You need to know how to protect yourself, your family.
That is honorable
and
to
people
protect
in your
people.
church.
For sure.
You can be dangerous by getting the training, so do that. All right, finally, I want to go over the mind. How can you have a dangerous mind?
Ooh.
One of the most dangerous things against false teaching and crooked people in the church is to be doctrinally sharp, right? It's a weapon to know doctrine.
Is it, though?
Got to know your Bible in and out.
Yeah, and that's dangerous.
It's a very dangerous thing, and if anybody in the church, right, you've dealt with people who are sinning in the church, you have to discipline people, you know that the hardest person to deal with is somebody who knows Scripture well.
Trust me, I do.
Right, so having theological training is a way for your mind to be dangerous.
Because they challenge the church.
Yes. It's a way for you to disarm the enemy. This is how Jesus defeated Satan.
No, it's not.
I don't think he had anything to do with Satan.
Right? He was able to defeat Satan because he knew the Word of God. So I would encourage you, get theological doctrinal training. Right? This does not have to be seminary. And in fact, most cases, I do not recommend that. That's not for most guys.
Most guys.
There's tons of resources online, podcasts, sermons that you can listen to.
What the fuck was that?
Online.
Right? In upcoming episodes, we'll have some
podcast like mine, my podcast.
That you can use to better yourself, to strengthen your mind. Man, go to a church, talk to your pastor.
Talk to your soft pastor.
Most Reformed pastors are going to be pretty knowledgeable about doctrine. Okay, so you can go to them. You say, what systematic theology should I read? What books about post-mill theology should I be reading?
Pause. 22 timing. What is he even saying? That Jesus defeated Satan with good doctrine of the Bible? Like, the Bible didn't exist. What is his point?
He quoted the Bible to him, and then they wrote it down, and they said, "This is the Bible now."
I really don't understand. What the fuck was his point?
And then he says, go to your church and ask about, like, dude, if I said any of this, so, like...
But the whole doctrine of the religion he's advocating for didn't exist. Jesus' whole deal wasn't knowing doctrine.
Yeah.
Like, he created it.
He went against the Old Testament.
Yeah, like... and I think there's only a few times Jesus ever interacted with Satan.
Yeah, because I think he was an angel and he got cast out.
Yeah, like
God.
Yeah, Jesus didn't
exist yet.
deal with Satan? I think there was they had a spaghetti western shootout in the desert.
That would be honestly, that'd be a sick movie.
I do think when Jesus did the 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, when he like fasted and walked out in the desert, I think
You're right.
I think Satan came to him and like had a proposition to like
Flashed him.
Yeah, he said, "This is my dick. If you suck it, I'll
let you
give
go.
you water."
Yeah, or something.
And then Jesus pulled his pistol out of his ass. He thought I was naked.
dog.
You didn't see this.
Not today.
And then he blasted him with ass bullets.
Ass bullets. Shit bullets.
But I guess Satan lived because Jesus didn't have good enough doctrine.
Or didn't
Now look at that. Satan lived, and then the Son of God died. Who's the real hard man?
Yeah,
And
dude.
they tried jujitsu on him, but Satan was too slick.
Satan's a black belt, bro.
You can't,
It's a slippy
you can't
motherfucker.
topple that boy.
He's greased up.
Well, it seems like Eric's winding down now that he's weirdly, like you said, he's Bible hooking. He found a
Sounds
way
like
to,
he exhausted
fishing.
himself a little bit.
yeah, he's found a way to somehow try to pump your local church and his website, his podcast, and
All these mental gymnastics have wore him out. So
tuckered out the little fella. Now he's sundowning, and we're headed to the horizon.
Right? What should I read about masculinity? Of
None.
course, you can follow more on my website and podcast. We'll be giving you more and more resources, but man, you have to have a sharp mind. Something that you have to do. Your mind is a weapon, and you need to use it well. So I encourage you to do that.
You need it.
That's a bot.
Hit that shit.
damn, son, where'd you
Thanks for listening
find
to the
this?
Portion. More on the topic of masculinity and biblical sexuality.
Wow.
Be sure to check out my website.
Eric did it again.
He sure did.
Sign up for my newsletter. You can do that at ericcon.com.
Oh, he's got a newsletter?
That's ERICCON.
Yeah, bro.
.com.
I wonder, does he type that himself? Is it just transcripts of the podcast?
Just AI.
Just write about hard men. Just
BiblePoop.net.
Next time, men, stay frosty.
Bro, the music clash is
Fight
so
the good
hard,
fight.
man. He's,
Act like men.
you know what? Eric's lost in the desert. He's lost his way. He has no idea where he's going.
He has no idea where he's at.
No idea. My boy's lost.
doesn't know what he believes.
His mind's not sharp. He's a mess. Not Frosty at all.
Not frosty.
Not Frosty.
His salt is far too salty.
All right. We gotta give a summation, okay? Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Eric's confused. He thinks it's all about being dangerous itself. It's an afterthought to enact that with discipline, with wisdom. He has big lines about killing everyone in the room and staying sharp and frosty. I think the real discussion is better off around restraint or how to avoid the conflicts. Being dangerous, being tough, even can be important, but not when the perception of it is so mangled.
Yeah.
And I think, to be fair, a lot of people, including myself, do put value on having some capability of being dangerous. Like,
Yeah,
that
of
can
course.
be a good
For sure.
thing.
It's survival instinct.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the fight or flight. It's just having the ability to, have a fight instinct that you can fall onto.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Especially depending on your life, like who you're around, where you're at. Like, there's a lot of times and places that it is good to be dangerous, but to blanket statement saying being dangerous is inherently part of and important to being a man and that we should all be dangerous is really fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I think the root of it really is that being dangerous is not inherently good or bad on its own. Like we were saying earlier, like storming the beaches at D-Day is not we don't value that the soldier who died trying to defend the country or whatever was dangerous. We value them because they did something honorable, right? Like
Right.
The part that is important is the honor or whatever. Like it is
The thing they died, the concept that they died for.
what they were trying to achieve. Yeah,
Right.
like it is honorable to have the ability to protect yourself and others.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is true. I think that you can use being dangerous to do that. Protecting others is very valuable, but I do not see how that is at all tied to inherently being a man.
Yes.
Those things don't have to be linked. Anyone can be dangerous. It has nothing truly to do with being a man.
Yeah, or gender or anything.
Yeah, and it's just the focus on the wrong part. It's just, he's just all out of focus all the time.
Yeah, I noticed in the part about where he was talking about the 60-year-old women at the gun range that blew him away.
That was odd.
It was like, wow, I wouldn't want to cross her. And it wasn't anything about an admiration of her.
Yeah, it wasn't like good for these ladies.
It was more of almost a fear of her.
Yeah. I don't know why that whole part, his wording felt very odd or foreign to me. Like, I don't know, for as much time as he spends badge, I've never once heard him said women should be dangerous or that it was a good thing. I don't, feels weird for that to be the example when he constantly is talking about like the butchification of women or like, how women value being, I don't know, not feminine enough. I don't really know where he was going with that. You would think he would have used an example of men at the gun range to make his point, which would be dumb in its own way. I don't know.
She was dangerous enough and she's old.
Yeah, I just don't know what drove him to make that point there. Felt weird for him. I don't know.
He had a
about
real life experience and he didn't know how to feel about it.
He's Bible hooking.
Yeah.
Bible fishing.
I like those lines.
Yeah.
I liked your line too, the kidnapping.
Yeah.
Too. Like that is what people do when they misinterpret things to feed their narrative. That's really just all Eric does. He Bible hooks and kidnaps.
he's like
He's a biblical kidnapper who Bible hooks his way
to the top
into Jesus's penis.
and he's hard. Well, that's the other one is like he does use such flowery language, and I think we touch on this every time, but like
He does.
for someone who wants more brevity, wants more hard and direct things, he really like re-emphasizes things and like tries to spell it out in so many ways and embellishes on details that it feels like it's like he doesn't notice it. I really don't think that he considers it.
I think he takes pride in it.
I think he does. I think that's part of it. Like he doesn't consider that that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thought that's ever crossed his mind.
Before recording, we were doing a little bit of playing around with the voice analysis on him because we still cannot figure out what the fuck is happening. I don't understand if you YouTube Eric, when he's at home using his microphone or at events that have a microphone, his voice is like 2 octaves lower.
Yeah.
I do not understand what is happening. Who makes a podcast about being a man, but takes the bass out of their voice? It's just so counterintuitive, and he just doesn't sound like the person recording this podcast. Like we were considering if he just writes the scripts or if he's using AI, but through various reasons, I think we ruled both of those out. I think it's him, but something is weird about his voice. there's like a ton of processing, and like the
Maybe.
bass is lifted out.
Do you think
got
that maybe it's like he has a bunch of like room audio from like his air conditioner or something?
Heavy processing or something.
Yeah, and then like because he can't be as hard as us and record without air conditioning.
Yeah, we sweat it out, bro.
So he leaves it on and has to edit
sweating.
it out and
Dude,
fucks up the.
It's 135 degrees in this room.
We're sweating, boys. It's like a sauna in here.
Yeah, dude.
just naked, just in the nude.
Soft boys.
Soft boys.
Just a couple
in a
of
hot
soft
room.
boys.
Bro, we go hard.
We go hard as hell.
All right. Well, yeah. Oh, did you realize, Ricky, this was our 6th Hardman episode.
Oh boy,
We've done 6 of these fuckers
lot of
already.
guys.
it's pretty good.
That's a motherfucking playlist.
That's like a gangbang of hard men.
Gangbanging Hardman, Chapter 1. Fuck. Well, what do you got going on tonight, Ricky?
Honestly, sleep sounds incredible right now.
Yeah.
I might get me a little snack of some cashews and then
Snack and a
got
jack
some,
and hit the sack.
this is perfect for this. I got some chocolate oat milk. I'll pour me a glass of chocolate oat milk and get some snacks and go to bed. And my nice, soft, comfy bed.
Hey, keep it soft, keep it fluffy.
That chalky milk.
I'm gonna pay extra to keep my air conditioning running, so my room is cold, and so I can cuddle up in the blankets like a
Cuddle,
nice
bro.
soft boy.
There you go, man. Get the kitties. Stay comfy.
And I think I'm gonna take a Xanax.
Well, that will also change your night. That will do it. We're gonna take as many milligrams as we can of nicotine.
Yeah, that's.
Or
Oh yeah,
We'll put in
uh,
an exotic nicotine order from Eurasia.
yes,
Eurasia.
like Kazakhstan,
Bro,
dude.
read out these flavors. What do we got?
We got blue lemon,
I'm trying to have a little palpy.
We don't have those in the U.S.
rogue
Not these.
citrus, bro.
These are actually out of country.
You say rogue citrus?
citrus.
Rogue is U.S., but we got some. I don't know if they sell citrus here.
And
Do
we
they?
got the berry on. All the exotics. Oh, we also have another berry. We're gonna put a bunch of these, pop them in our mouths.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see who can last the longest.
Yes,
Who doesn't-
dude. Are you down?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
One of these days we're doing a hot chip podcast.
Oh, I would love to.
Because it will genuinely be hard to try to podcast.
Get that butt burning the next
Yeah.
day, dude.
Well, can we wait till it's cold out at least?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, cool. Wait
It's
for the
gotta be
hottest
100
day of the
degrees.
year.
We just got to do it whenever we can get the damn hot chip.
Just sweat it out. They're back on the shelves.
Are they?
Yep.
Fuck, I gotta snap.
I'm not
some
sure.
up.
Like what? I think it's like a seasonal thing, right? Like they put
Yeah.
one out every year. Yeah. They took them away, but they brought them back.
We can find some of those fuckers.
Should we record while doing this, or what
Are we
doing?
gonna pop all these fuckers in?
We could pop them and then quit
Yeah.
recording.
Or how many?
Cool.
How many are we gonna pop? 20.
What are you doing? Nicotine patches?
You gotta.
What are they called?
They're cotton.
Pouches, not
Pouches.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just gonna. What do they call that when you put the marshmallows in your mouth? Fluffy bunny.
It's called us some more, motherfucker.
Some more fluffy bunny, but it's nicotine.
Yeah. It's just
Are we gonna count these out?
fucking madmen.
I don't care. I
we
was just
just-
starting with one. See how it feels.
I thought we were gonna go for like 20.
I've never done these before.
Why? Who cares?
You
just
do
put it in our
one.
mouth?
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
them
I'm
like
gonna
shots.
do
You do
3,
one a
dude.
minute for the next 60 minutes.
I'm doing 5.
5's nothing.
You just said do 1. I'm doing 5.
Bro, we're out hard manning each other.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking.
Well-
this is how Steven fucking falls back off the wagon. Just-
all that nicotine did me in, boys.
Did you in?
Bro, I love nicotine but it's just a staple. Like it doesn't. It's necessary, and if I'm doing it with heroin, I'm like really happy.
yeah. Of course, this is how it starts.
But it on its own, it doesn't give me enough to be tempting.
Let's pop
Okay.
more of these fuckers in.
well, you heard
it's
it
got a
here
little
first.
tingle.
Yeah, so I got something.
I taste the berries and the nicotine.
Who my favorite part.
That's exactly what they were going for.
Hey, they did it.
They did it. I think these are pretty good, actually.
They approached their mission with purpose,
Just-
like a true hard man, and they gave me good mouth tingles.
Good mouth tingles, and there was no penis involved.
No penis necessary.
Not till later. Thanks again for listening, everybody. Thank you to Approaching Human for the use of his music. You can find his work on SoundCloud at Approaching-Human.
Thanks, John. He's going to be on next, I think, Hardman episode. Dude, we're just going to keep growing it into a Hardman party, bro.
Dude, that's sick.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Make sure to check out the show page at Trashcast on Instagram for news and art from the show. Check out Facebook for the memes.
For the memes, if you're super bored, you can check out my trashy art on Instagram at Skyzix, SKYZICX. I actually deleted a piece off Instagram, which I rarely do, because I think I made a better version of something that captured the same feel. I'm going to put that up by the time this drops. And, oh man, it was so awkward doing the intro without you.
Yeah, it
took me a couple takes.
Yeah, dude.
I want to hear those. I want to hear those before the episode starts.
You will. It was tough starting without you, but super glad you could hop in. This was really fun. Thank you, Will. As always.
I'm back.
Very fun. And we got some big episodes coming up. And I don't know. Appreciate you guys. It's been cool seeing people listen lately. And hope you have a good night.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Love y'all fuckers. That's going to be all for us today. Stay classy. Eat trashy.
Go fast. Eat trash. Damn, son.
We gotta put
Trapaholics.
Fuck Erica.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?